Hello, everybody. This is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to another live New York session. It is August 29th, 2022. So we are going to take a shot at gold here. So before we do that, we want to check the news. And so as we can see with the news here, we only had news in the London session, so we're pretty much clear to go. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is mark up supply and demand from the 15-minute time frame all the way to the 4-hour time frame, and then we're going to figure out the structure of current price on the 15-minute and figure out exactly more likely where price is going to go. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to identify supply and demand zone areas. So we see a single candle demand zone here. Price did a downward move for its price to go up to here. Actually, I meant to do this. There we go. Change this to yellow. And then we see price went all the way up to this move here. And went ultimately, this is the first demand zone here. And then we see single candle demand zones here. And then when you see price really go all the way up to here, it did a huge move all the way up to this right here. And you can see price respected this area once again and dropped down to one of these zones down here. And then, of course, you'll see price respecting this area as well. So this is probably good enough. We'll mark up these zones and move on to the 30-minute. So this is yellow here. Marking up all these areas. All right. Go to the 30-minute. Whoops. So now I'm gonna get these areas here. And so we see, whoops. We definitely see an area here, wicked out. So this is a good area. So let's change this to green. You see that this was a base supply zone here and went all the way down to here, but then respected it before. This is a good area here as well. And then up here was a good zone, as well as down here. So change this to green. All right. So now we're going to move on to the 1 hour. So now we're going to start down here. So when we analyze price in this area, so we can see that price respected this zone and went down to here. And then that's what it did, is reversal and went back up to this zone. So let's make this red. And then we see that price eventually came back down, respected this area. That's what made price go all the way back up and then come down to this zone and then push back up to this zone. And then see another good area here. Down here as well. See another one up here. So now we're going to draw zones on these. All right. So now we're going to move on to the 4 hour. And then we're going to look at the structure of the 4 hour. So we see that there's a single candle demand zone here. We have a base demand zone here, supply zone here. We also see that here. And then we got a single candle demand zone here. So now I'm going to draw zones in these areas. Then we're going to go back to the 15-minute and figure out the structure. Sorry about that, guys. My computer was acting up. So as I was saying, we're going to mark up these zones. And yeah, we'll do that. I'll extend the zone a little bit down. All right. So now what we're going to do is, I see that price cross this zone, and it looks like it's probably going to come back and test this zone to come down. So it's a possibility that price might be overall bearish, but we'll confirm that on the smaller time frames. So on the 1 hour, we see that price is pushed up, so more likely, and it has wiped out this structure. So more likely it's probably going to come up to this zone and maybe come back down, or maybe this zone here. Look at the 30-minute. Yeah, see, price bought up. So when we go to the 15-minute, so when we look at this structure, we can see that this was a base supply zone here. Okay. And then there was a base demand zone here. That's what ultimately made price go up. And then when we look how price broke this structure, did a swing, went up, and totally wiped out this previous structure. So normally when it does that, it creates a new high. More likely it's probably going to reverse, or it's going to go up to this next zone and reverse. So we're already at the 9:15 candle. Okay. So I see this candle is pushing up, but I see this wick here. So what I'm going to be looking for is, I'm going to wait until the 9:30 candle. And either price is going to, and I'm probably going to draw this zone like that. Maybe push this kind of up here for this zone here. So I'm going to be looking for price to probably reject this zone and do a reverse and drop down, because this is a very huge move and there's a lot of bullish candles here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. So I'm looking for a price to probably come up to this area, reject it, and reverse on down. So this is plan A. Plan A is price comes up to here and then price starts to sell here and we enter into here. And I get 250 points here. All right. Now, ultimately, I'm looking to target, since this was a huge move, target this liquidity down here. Draw the zone right here. That's what I'm looking for, ultimately. Now this is plan A. Now, if price happens to just hit this zone and immediately drop down, then probably from the bottom of this candle is where I'm gonna enter, and I'm gonna get 250, a little bit over 250 points right here. And then ultimately get this liquidity down here. So it just really depends on what the 930 bell is going to do. Now, this candle did close above, but I want to see if it's going to reject this area because I see this wick. But it could go further up. So if the next candle, honestly, if the next candle closes below down here and goes to here, then I'm gonna sell it. But if the next candle closes above, it's probably buying up, possibly, but it could buy up and hit the zone and go down. So wonder if I kind of do it this way. If it closes above this wick and go up, that's probably what I'm gonna aim for. So I'm gonna wait for the 930 bell and then we'll see what happens and I'll make my decision. But it closed above, so it might be pushing up. But I'm gonna wait for the 930 bell and see what happens, because it might continue to push. But it's getting close to being overbought. So we'll see. Be right back. So the 930 candle is about to form. What I'm wondering is if price is going to try to pull back, maybe wipe out this structure and then drop down. So we're going to really pay attention to this price action now and figure out when price is really ready to go. We do see some wick action here, so this is probably a strong zone. So let's see. Be right back. That's a possibility that price is probably as well could be wiping out this structure and then maybe pulling back and then maybe push up too. But it looks like it's pushing down. So be right back. Looks like price is buying up. So I figured if it was going to close above this candle, it was going to buy up some more. It's probably going to wipe up this high, maybe hit up to here and then come down. So if I start profiting, getting close to my target profit, then I'll resume this recording. Be right back. I decided to jump out the trade. I made $43. I see that price is struggling to hit this zone. It's probably going to come up into this area and then start going down. So I'm going to stick to my original plan. So if price happens to bust through and then buy all the way up, then I'll probably jump in again, or I'll probably just take my profit. So be right back. So it's a possibility that this is a very strong zone. Price can try to hit this zone 3 times, and it's really, really pushing price back down. So this is probably a very strong zone. That's why I jumped out of this trade. So I'm going to wait for the next candle, see if it starts to drop. Now it looks like it's kind of dropping now, but I need a little bit more confirmation. So we'll see with the next candle, or maybe the next candles. So we got 20 seconds left. So I'm wondering if price is going to wipe out this last structure, maybe go up a bit, maybe hit up here and then start to sell, because this is going to be very high buying volume for sellers to grab. So 3, 2, 1. So let's see. Is that a retest or a drop? Might be a drop, but it looks like it's retesting. It's like a drop. Yeah, it looks like it's retesting that area. So might be a retest here. Seen this before. Price might actually be pushing up. I think it's going to buy up more. I knew it was a possibility it was going to buy up more. So it's probably going to buy up a little bit more and maybe hit a zone up here in the reverse down, because it broke this structure here and it's probably a basic retest here. So that's why I got this available here. So I went in for the buy. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. We'll see what happens here. So I'll pause this recording. See if we make some profit. Be right back. Looks like it's pushing up. So I'm about $80 in profit. So we'll prepare my partial. Figured price was going to buy up because there was structure here, and it broke it and did a swing and pushed on up. So that makes perfect sense. Let's see if it goes up a little bit more. Give me at least 70 bucks and I'll take that. because I already got $43 from earlier. Come on, give me at least 70 bucks. $50, let's see, 60, 60. Give me 60 then. Come on now. Let me pause this record. All right, so prices continuing to go up. So I closed my second trade, which is $76. So I made $119. So that was good. So, so what I'm going to do is, so basically price respected this zone. This was the last structure, and price broke that structure, did a swing, went up, and then went up to here. Now, it's a huge possibility that there might be a zone line up in this area here. So price is probably respecting the zone up here, and it's probably going to reverse down and hit down to here. So I'm going to do a back testing session on this. But we did get a decent amount. If I would have entered in here and went up to here, I would have got a decent amount from there, but that's okay. But I think the price, I think there's a zone here. So realistically, wish there was a way I could do this. You know what, let me redraw this. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm seeing. Thinking I'm seeing this. The price is coming up in this zone and it's probably ready to drop down. So I'm gonna do a back testing session so that way we can actually see if price does that. Whoops. But we made our money. So let me do a couple of things here and then I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys. All right, so now that I'm done documenting the results, I'm gonna show you guys in the phone how much I made, and then we're gonna wrap up this session. So as you can see, first trade I got in $43, second trade $76. So a total of $119 profit today. So we did pretty decent. So not bad at all. So something tells me price is going to probably reject this area and then start to sell down. I can kind of see it. So I want to see how price plays out, and then I'm going to do a back testing session on that. So see you guys next time.